all 100 bounce, possibly break the downtrend and start moving, or it could dump. I don't know if Ethereum would dump. Last time 2,500, even all the way down to 2,200, there was a lot of buying that came in and held it up. So I think we'll see it probably hold up this time, but we're going to want to see, even with these pullbacks, some higher lows being built. Like this low is created now. We're going to want to see a higher low right around here. Same thing on Bitcoin. But right at the moment, it's kind of hard to tell going into the weekend what is going to happen. This could just be a momentary pullback. With the stock market closed the next 2 days, money could start coming back into the cryptos, especially if the prices are looking cheap. Now we do have some little bit of movement in the market. EGLD with a little pop, AMP with a little rebound pop, Band with a little rebound pop, but they're not big moves, just little bounces today. Nothing real crazy going on other than the sell-offs. So even the hot altcoin breakouts we saw yesterday and the day before, we're not seeing them today. So again, it's another sign of uncertainty, which we're seeing across all the markets. So this can make for good opportunities, but it also can be times where you can get destroyed because of how much volatility, how many people are buying and selling and freaking out and all of that. You just gotta, do your research, understand your technical analysis, and be ready. So let's see here. Whoops. Okay. There's a problem over there. Anyway, so the main coins we focus on normally, of course, they're all pulling back, but Luna is on that support. Luna could easily bounce off of 50 again. If Luna doesn't bounce, that will be an issue. We will not want to see that. Cosmos still up here in the channel, so trend line is finally just catching up with the price. I think Cosmos will probably bounce again off of 25. There's still so much buying going on. Even with these pullbacks in the market, it's not pulling back that much. It's pulled back $1 or $2 from yesterday and still holding pretty bullish looking on that daily chart. Solana has dropped back below, could not even get back above 120. Didn't even get up to 120. Well, actually, yeah, it did. It had one little wick that shot over to 122 before we just curled around and started dumping again. So Solana still has that 90 support. We're going to want to see that hold up because it does look like it's going to go on down and test that area. If everything rebounds, again, we could see the bounce and break of the end of this consolidation, but we are looking pretty bearish. This is the resistance that we're going to have to get back into and break now at this point. So if we never get into that circle now, Solana is going to pull back to that 75, maybe 80 area. Now, this is not helping my hot altcoin prediction. So that is pretty sucky. However, we do know how quick the market can rebound. We were rebounding nicely before this jerk down. So we'll just have to see how fast of a rebound Bitcoin and Ethereum, all that makes. At this point, if they stop here and turn back around, the crypto market's absolutely fine. But what I'm concerned is they may drop some more, which makes it very, very sketchy if they do. It's going to a smaller time frame. Yeah, see Bitcoin on the 2-hour chart has been coming down. Does have the 200 right around 41. There's that support at 42. Actually, just bouncing off of 42. So if Bitcoin just bounces off of this line right here, if this is the end of this sell-off, then the crypto market, at least Bitcoin anyway, is probably going to try to climb back up some more. Very interesting. But this is a short-term chart. So, 6-8 hours, this move is going to have to happen soon where we see an actual bounce. Maybe tonight. Maybe tonight after the stock market closes, or tomorrow morning. We will see. The prices still relatively cheap on a lot of things, so they could be cheaper. Fight of that new play, it just had a double top and sold off. It's not done anything. Our NFT plays, Gods token dipping down, pushing for another new low at 190. So it needs to hold $2. It can have that little dip down as long as it gets a bounce back up above $2 and continues to move to the tip of this triangle for a trend reversal. But if it doesn't hold $2, HHTRADER could be right. We could see it down to $1.50, maybe even $1, which, as I've been saying, I would be fine with, because then I could pick it up for cheaper. Ethereum was doing really well, and even though it has pulled back $100 since yesterday, it has just pulled back to the uptrend. So more than likely, if the uptrend holds there, we can see it push back up for another test. Maybe this time of 800, right around where that 50-day is. Now, if it cracks that trend line, Ethereum's going to go all the way back down to 500. So plays like this, where they're still in their pattern, is what makes me think we still very easily could see a quick rebound later in today. Yeah, like Crow, it's still in this triangle pattern. 10-day still over the 50. Just barely over it, but you can see it if I spread it right there. Look, just barely over it. So if it rebounds any at all, then that will confirm this crossover of those two EMAs on the daily chart. So it's close right now. It's sketchy, it's close. Yeah, CGLD on its uptrend testing right now. So we're basically giving another test of support in the crypto markets. That support we were same support we were testing at the end of January. So very important on everything. I would say every single crypto at this point, that they hold these support areas that they're at, or it could get ugly. See how SHIB doing. Yeah, see SHIB made that nice rebound and just hit the uptrend, or not the uptrend, but the downtrend, and getting rejected off there. But same type of thing where the 10-day on this chart, it hasn't quite crossed, but with a rebound on SHIB, maybe back up to quad 03, then it would cross. So if you're concerned about these pullbacks in the market, I definitely understand. It's not quite time to go completely freak out crazy. There's really never a time to do that in any market. But if that is what you're feeling, don't give in to it, because this downward momentum could easily turn around, because this is short term, just the last 2 days, where the last 6 days we were green and had buying coming back in. Now, could have been a bull trap. It's very well could have been a bull trap in the crypto market, in the stock market, in all those markets. But it's hard to tell at this moment. See, Axie had rebounded too, getting rejected out the 50-day, but still above that bottom support. What's up, Dead Game Boxing? How's it going? Salut. Yeah, even Avalanche still on this short-term uptrend, holding up the 10-day. So we just ran into some downtrend resistance, some indicator resistance on a lot of the cryptos. So they had that pullback. But the more I'm looking at, the more charts, the more I'm thinking this may be just short term. We could see a quick rebound. Stock market is not closed yet. Let's check real quick on that S&P 500. Let's see. Yeah, gold's calming down a little bit now. But when the SPY was dumping and cryptos were dumping, gold started really moving, breaking up out of this triangle that's very close. If it confirms this breakout, be nice for the gold investors. And if you are a crypto and gold investor and you haven't yet, check out Kinesis Money. You can buy crypto-backed gold and gold and silver-backed cryptos, right? Okay, so get over here. KAU, that is their gold-backed crypto, and then KAG is their silver-backed crypto, and you do earn interest or yield, as they call it, on holding gold and silver. So if you're like me and you're both crypto and gold bug combined, it's a nice way to kind of move money back and forth when things are a little sketchy in the market, because you can easily send and receive crypto from other wallets. Like, you're probably not going to be sending gold, but you can send Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, and XRP. So it's a if you're used to transferring crypto around to different wallets and all of that, it is a way to get into gold and silver pretty quickly instead of having to run out and buy it at a shop or whatever. Let's see, Ethereum testing 2,900 right now. So like I said, Ethereum looks a little worse than Bitcoin, and Ethereum, it may come, about 2,800, maybe 2,700. There's some support it may have to come down to. But it's almost tax return time. People should be getting their tax returns. The question is going to be, will people have enough things to survive, like food and groceries? Will they have enough money for that type of stuff that when they get their tax returns, they can buy more crypto or buy more stocks or whatever they're investing in? Are they going to be able to do that, like the majority of retail traders? Or is inflation really making everybody's pockets tight? Prices going up on everything. So if we see a big influx of that tax return money go into the crypto market, that could be a nice rebound. Usually, it's around March, which is one of the reasons why I was bullish on a hot altcoin market. And that all still could happen as long as we don't drop any more or much more on all these cryptos. But if inflation has made everything tight and people are not going to be able to spend their tax returns on cryptos, could be sketchy. We'll see. This is if everything's starting to fall out like I think it is with the stock market and real estate market and all these markets, we'll this will be the first real true test of cryptos and whether they're hedges for inflation. This would be a true test for Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin is truly compared to gold as the digital gold, then it should hold up and push up during inflation, as it increases the same as gold. And like I said, this will be its first true, real test. I'm not I'm not a bullish on Bitcoin as it is. So just because of the price of the coin's gotten so high in the market cap, and there's so many other good projects out there right now that are going to share that market cap, we could see money come out of a lot of the speculative altcoins and the higher staking and come into more stable coins for gaining interest. DeFi, maybe, if the DeFi interest you're earning is higher than inflation, or maybe if you're staking like Atom and it's beating inflation, we'll see how much money goes there, because that's part of my portfolio during this time, is having some staking where I'm constantly having that cash flow, or crypto flow, I guess I should say, along with gold, silver. No stocks. I'm not holding any stocks long term. And then, of course, my Gods Unchained NFT collection and a couple other NFTs that I have here and there. Which, Gods Token's still dropping. The NFT marketplace is still holding up pretty decently. Or at least the Gods Unchained one is. I don't want to say, the whole entire market. I don't know what else is going on IMX right now. Jason's muses took a little dip today, but not much. But you can see a lot of these NFTs still around their similar prices that they were at. Palace's wand is still $160. It was just $90 a week ago. So, some cards are going down, some are going up, but the more people that are playing Gods, the more people are buying cards, or buying and selling, transacting in them. So they seem to hold up better. Last time the crypto market dropped where were we at? This drop here, Gods Unchained NFTs actually held pretty well compared to most things in my portfolio. So I kind of expect that to happen again, especially because Gods Unchained, you can earn free NFTs and free coins, which during inflation and economic problems, a way to make money out of nothing but investing time like Gods Unchained may end up being very nice. People may keep playing it just because of that. However, I don't know. You see the way that my thoughts are coming off of my head. I'm split on what I think is going to happen. Like it's so hard to tell. Like I've been saying the stock market is going to pull back and correct quite a bit. I've been saying that about the real estate market, but I wasn't sure. I'm never 100% sure, but now we're really starting to see it seems like all these inflated bubbles are starting to let the air out because the stock market and the real estate market were way more inflated. The government, or not the government, the Federal Reserve was buying those assets, whether it be through real estate secured bonds or whatever else crazy things they invest in. If you want to learn about where some of your tax dollars go to, check out the L2050 fund. Just Google that. That's a government employee investment option for your earnings. And of course, the higher you are up in the government, the better that fund is. But very interesting. If you get a chance, you should go check that out and see how government employees right now are doing quite well, even the lowest ones, if they have been investing in this fund. So it's very interesting fun. Anyway, a lot of uncertainty, just uncertainty all around. Everybody's feeling it. This is what happens when we get into these markets where they're so damn manipulated by the Federal Reserve and government and all that, that it just causes everybody to, like Jerome Powell straight up lying about everything, and the Federal Reserve is not going to raise interest rates anything that's going to do anything. Like I said, I think we're seeing at least some of the air come out of the bubbles. We'll just see. We'll finally get to see, though, if cryptos were a true tulip bubble, as all the anti-cryptos skeptics said, or if the communities and projects that have been built that are solid projects like Cosmos Atom. Because I don't think, for one, it's a dumb argument in the first place to argue cryptos versus stocks, or cryptos versus metals, or metals versus stocks. There's too many different coins, too many different projects, there's too many different companies in the stock market to just compare those two generalized statements together. Like, that's not, you can't really compare that, right? Because Bitcoin and Atom, not the same thing. So you can't go off of, is cryptos going to do better than gold and silver? Well, we don't know. Overall, cryptos may or may not. The stock market drops. More than likely, I think cryptos will hold up better than the stock market, but the cryptos may drop more. Or a little more. They may drop some with the stock market. I don't think we'll see no zero outs or anything like that. Because another thing is, everybody who's staking and they're in timed staking, like Atom has a 21-day lockup. A lot of money is locked up in a lot of smart contracts. So that money's not going to all release at once. Every chain has some type of contract where people are staking for a certain amount of time, or providing liquidity to exchanges or liquidity pools, like just all these different things. We are seeing little sell-offs in the crypto market overall. They just feel big, but they're really not. And again, Atom's still bullish. Like, this is the daily chart on Atom. This looks better than Bitcoin or Ethereum. This is a nice steady growth, nice jumps in price levels. You know, even if Adam was to pull all the way back down to the trend line at $20, that's still up from where it was 2 years ago, and up quite a bit. But if you look at like a Goodyear tire, I'm not even gonna pull the chart up for it, but Goodyear tire today in the stock market took a big dump. So, you know, just because Goodyear dumped doesn't mean all the rest of the stock market dumped. So basically what the examples I'm just trying to say is just trying to paint the picture of that your portfolio, or at least my portfolio, I look at each thing that is in my portfolio as an individual asset, right? And then look at how they fit all together to make the whole pie. Because, you know, portfolio, when you look at a portfolio chart, it's a pie chart. And plus, cake, pie, you know, money. I like to call it pie. So, I want to see, you know, you want an even nice picture of the pie, a solid piece of pie, or not a piece, a solid whole pie, not little pieces that don't fit everywhere, you know. So you could easily be in a portfolio where you've got Atom, you've got maybe say some oil company, some oil stocks, you've got a little bit of Kinesis gold and silver, maybe you've got some DeFi thrown in there, a little bit of maybe Solana staking and taking the liquid MSOL and putting it in some type of DeFi type of thing. There's just a lot of different things nowadays that you can build and try to protect your value, your worth in these crazy times like this. What do I think about Seek yesterday? Facebook replied to them in Twitter. Seems like they might work together to build the metaverse. I don't know anything about Seek. Is this a Seek USDT, or is it Keek? I don't know. It's Keek or Seek. It looks like, I'm just gonna say Seek. And it's only USD spot price on BitGet. What the? This thing has been dumping. Let's pull up CoinGecko and see what we're looking at. Let me understand what I'm looking at here. Smart VR token. We don't know the circulating supply. The total supply is 1 billion. I'm seeing Etherscan, so this is something probably built on Ethereum. Seek offers an existing VR platform with partners such as Universal Music, Apple, T-Mobile. So they already have some names they've been partnered with. They create, curate, and distribute VR content using patented VR headsets and Seek's VR platform. Nah, see, this wouldn't make sense to be something in the metaverse, because Facebook, you know, changed their name to Meta, and they own Oculus, so this would directly compete with Facebook. It's possible, you know, Twitter. Like, I didn't see the tweet or anything, so I really don't know about the tweet, but are Twitter and Facebook going to compete on this? I don't know, because this is... Let me look into this this project a little bit further. Seek.io here. Okay, I think that's Lady Gaga if I'm not mistaken. Looks like Lady Gaga. So they got an NFT marketplace. They have them at T-Mobile and Apple are partners. There's already venues that exist. Seek plus VR Metaverse plus blockchain. This is where things are going, especially for the gaming blockchain sector. It's going towards VR. This is one of the first ones I've seen that is actually a little ways along, it looks like. But let's see. You can get it on ApeSwap. And you can swap BNB from it for it, it looks like. But it definitely isn't on Coinbase or anything like that. Let's see, this is the last thing they put out, this roadmap. Phase 1. So, yeah, they've already made that. So they were on Ethereum, and now they've moved to Binance, which was smart. And then they have their own venues and land NFTs, additional partner coins, multi-network support. And this is for creators, so I could get on here, I reckon. I'm actually going to bookmark this. I like, it's interesting. I ain't going to say, too much one way or the other because I'm just now seeing this for the first time, but I am going to look into it further. Maybe we'll dive into it further on a later crypto update. Let me just check the white papers because I want to see the tokenomics real quick. Ooh boy, these are some very, very deep white papers. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, where's the tokenomics? This is definitely gonna be for another day because this is gonna take a while to go through all this. Do they have it just as tokenomics? Let's see, Seek. They're gonna have interactive voting if they don't have it. Let's see, the economics. They were 20. Where is their economics at? Or their tokenomics. That's what I'm talking about. Chainlink connect smart contracts. They're using a Tendermint network as Cosmos. Cosmos's engine thing or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dive into this later. There's a lot I'm going to look at, because I can't even find the tokenomics that clear. All right, well, that's definitely an interesting one. See, I got it bookmarked. Yeah, there we go. I don't like that there's no chart on TradingView, but if it's on Binance, there should be charts. Well, no, it should have showed up as a... Hold on a second. Let me see something. No. That's all the sources we got. So, I wonder... I don't think... this is... Oh, yeah, this is Ape Swap. This ain't Binance. Seek certainly has potential, because like I said, this is where everything is going anyway. This whole virtual reality world, which is kind of scary. This is my last thoughts and for the day, and let this, think about this for a little bit if you want to. If you don't, hey, whatever. Blockchain technology has immense power because of what it does. The ability to transfer data and store data and monetize so many different things just all around us in every sector. We look at real estate coins, look at the gold and silver coins and Kinesis money, which are cryptos. We look at all these different projects that are in DeFi, NFTs, and gaming. There's insurance, just so many different things that it is certainly going to change the future. However, my main concern is if, as crypto advocates, we don't do our job and educate as many people on the beautifulness of the decentralization, which is something we really need globally. I think in every country, people, like, if your government is doing the things that they've been doing in the U.S., outside of here, you guys know that the U.S. media has went crazy. They've been lying to us blatantly. Most of the country believes it, eats it up. But anyway, and you'll go off on that whole rant. But the transparency of the blockchain, the possible control, if I don't think the governments, the major ones, like El Salvador making Bitcoin a legal tender, that's cool and all, but that's really not going to do much on the global stage unless a bunch of other countries fall in line. Now, there are some U.S. states that are talking about making crypto legal tender. Nevada, especially Las Vegas being one of them, which of course they're pretty much the epitome of token currencies, because you can go to the casinos and use a poker chip to go buy a drink or anything else. So, it's just not digital. But whoever, maybe Satoshi Nakamoto was sitting in a casino when he had the idea. I don't know. But anyway, what I'm getting at is, if we're not careful, this technology could be used to entrap us, especially the whole VR part of it. I mean, if you've seen The Matrix, you know, and it's just a movie, of course, but you could get put in a headset, or not even you don't have to be forced into it. Like right now, people, kids especially, are running to it. VR is this new gaming. It's awesome. You know, I have an Oculus Quest. I think it's awesome, but there is always human error, human emotion, human flaw, especially when humans, a small amount of them, are in power over a whole large amount of them, right? So, my concern is if we don't get enough people to adopt cryptos, decentralized projects, we don't get businesses getting on blockchain technology, uh, you know, if we don't have all this stuff quick enough, the blockchain technology could be used against us. I'm not saying Atom might get used against us, but governments could easily, and the Federal Reserve in the U.S. is already talking about it, making their own cryptocurrency and trying to force that. Now, they're not going to eradicate cryptocurrencies. We know that that's not going to happen more than likely because they would have to hack over 51% of the nodes for Ethereum or some of the other chains, the major chains, which means they'd have to control every single node that's globally across the world. And a node is just a computer, so those nodes could be anywhere, spread out, could be untrackable if they're on private VPNs, things like that. So cryptos in general, the technology, some of the currencies and stuff, they're not going to go anywhere. But the thing that has me the most concerned is people getting scared out of them because the media is using propaganda to scare people out of cryptos for sure, or make them nervous about getting into it. Now, another thing that slightly bothers me is there's a whole lot of advertising for all these different crypto companies that's been going on. The Super Bowl, there was multiple crypto ads. Mainstream media, at least the ad portion of it, because all that money is, all those commercials and stuff, they've been all over YouTube and everything else. So those crypto.com, Coinbase, all these different things, they're paying for those ad spots. So with them paying for those ad spots, are those type of companies, because Coinbase is not decentralized, it's on the public stock market, are those type of companies going to lean towards decentralization side of the fight, or are they not? Being that Coinbase is on the public stock market and some of these other ones, there could be some issues with regulations. The government could change regulations at any time, and their money is being made because of those regulations. Like, there's not that many brokerages in America that we can use. So Coinbase has pretty much been the top one that is almost monopolized. Now there's Course Kraken and Voyager and these other ones, but let's face it, most people use Coinbase. Dog's going crazy. But anyway, long story short, because now I'm distracted from him barking. I'm distracted from my rant. This is all speculation, of course. Just think about it. Let me know your thoughts. in the comments, or if you in the Discord. If you've not joined the Discord, go join it. Let me know your thoughts on that whole topic of decentralization adoption versus if centralized crypto adoption happens first. Which one is going to be the one to be the main currency or whatever? Which one? Because if you know anything about the Great Reset in the World Econ Forum, they want a global currency. Google has Hedera Hashgraph, HBAR, that is their own cryptocurrency, but they try to not call it a cryptocurrency. It's Hashgraph technology. It's still some type of blockchain, whatever, but they're partnered with the World Econ Forum. Could HBAR be the one global currency that they're talking about? Or could it be some other coin? I don't know. There's so many things that can happen. This is the wild, wild west at this point, with all the economic uncertainty, government overreach, all these different things going on. It's survival of the fittest, so you gotta, just make the best decisions. Do your research, do your technical analysis, and try to position yourself for whatever the future may hold. Because anybody else on YouTube or on MSNBC, any analysts, even Peter Schiff, anybody you see right now could be wrong. Anybody. That's just the truth, because there's nobody has a crystal ball, and we really don't know what's going to happen, because this is, overall, we're pretty set up to fall pretty hard, have a pretty strong economic collapse. There's really no way it's not going to happen. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. But what is going to happen after that collapse is going to be the question. What are we going to come out of that into? And how big of a role, which I believe blockchain technology will play a really big role, how big of a role is it going to play? And then again, can we finally get a win for humankind and get some decentralization, or are we just going to continue to repeat the same cycles over and over again? But that is it for my crypto update for the day. We will be back Monday. We'll see what happens over the weekend, if the support areas can hold up and if the crypto market can turn around. And it's because, still could just be a short-term movement. We won't know for a few days. Just, be smart. And we'll be back tomorrow morning morning, noonish, something like that, for the Gods Unchained weekend ranked live gameplay. I'll be doing that for a few hours. And yeah, if you haven't yet, check out frameworkfortune.com. Go join the Discord. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.